If you broke, you don't love yourself. I'm gonna tell you that now. Woo! That's a whopper chopper. Man, so many of you guys are subscribing to the YouTube channel and watching the videos. I really appreciate that. In this video, we're talking about self-love and how it can make you richer. We're going to the zoo. Before we do that, this shirt, I got it off TikTok. All right, I woke up today and I said, what do I want to do? And I decided to take myself to a zoo. All right, it was fun to get out and do something random today. And right now we're talking about why self-love will make you richer. Why self-love will help you attract more riches. And from my experience, everything I talk about is from my experience. From my experience, self-love will make you attract riches because you'll start believing that you actually deserve to have more. When you don't believe that you deserve to have more, then you won't have more. You won't give yourself permission to make more, you know? And that's a very important factor. It has been for me when it comes to attracting success. It's been very important for me to actually consciously believe in myself and love myself every step of the way, because on this road to more and more, on this road to success, if you will, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes along the way, and it's gonna be very important for you to forgive yourself along the way. Oh, snaps, look at that. Wow. Skidiki. So on this road to success, again, you're gonna make so many mistakes along the way. And so as you're making these mistakes, you're gonna have to soothe yourself, because I'm here to tell you, there's not gonna be many people that soothe you when you need it the most. Because again, you're gonna make many mistakes along the way. Many mistakes. And loving yourself is going to give you that energy you need to pick yourself up and try all over again. I think we got an ostrich right here. Can you see the ostrich? Loving yourself is sustainable. Hating yourself is not sustainable. Let me tell you, I've done both. I started off hating myself, and when I hated myself, I wanted to not exist. When I started loving myself, I couldn't get enough of living. And so that's why I wake up every single day and just live life freely, live life on my own terms, because for me, that's what my journey has caused me to be. That's what it's called me to be more loving to myself, to be more kind to myself, and also to be more kind and loving to other people as well. And the wild part about it is that loving yourself is equivalent to forgiving yourself. When you forgive yourself, it shows that you have a deep degree of love for yourself, because only a loving person is a forgiving person. And I know for me, some things that I do to love myself more is I take time out for myself, just like you would take time out for anything that you love. You want to take time out for yourself. Loving yourself is freaking priceless. It's one of the most amazing things you can do to increase your chances of success, because it's going to be that natural motivation that you need to succeed. It also give you the courage to walk away from things that are not in harmony with who you truly believe you are. When you love yourself, you're going to value yourself enough to do things that light your soul on fire, things that make you feel motivated. Your standards increase simply because you have decided to love yourself. We all want to increase our standards. Every single one of us wants to increase our perception of ourselves. See, when you don't love yourself, you care more about doing what pleases other people than you care about doing what makes you feel good about yourself. This game is all about increasing your self-esteem. Like when you increase your self-esteem, then that's going to give you that motivation that you need to succeed. Increasing your self-esteem does a lot for you. I mean, a whole lot. You really want to go to the next level? Increase that self-esteem. Also, from my experience, when you love yourself, you're going to age slower. And the reason why I think you age slower is because stressing out ages you faster. You know, it weakens your immune system. So when you love yourself, you're going to strengthen your immune system. And when you're healthier, you're just naturally going to be happier. When you love yourself, you're naturally going to be happier, which means you're naturally going to be healthier. I mean, just say it with me. Just say it. I love myself. And if you can't say I love myself, just say to yourself, I am willing to love myself. I'm willing to learn to love myself. Once you're willing to learn to love yourself, everything is going to increase from there. Everything is automatically going to start to get better because you're willing to love yourself. But it really starts with forgiving yourself for all the mistakes that you've made up until this point. Because it's hard for us to love ourselves sometimes because we have been with ourselves since the beginning of time. And because we've been with ourselves since the beginning of time, we know all of the mistakes we've made. And loving yourself makes you want to win. Even when you feel like giving up, it's like, man, I'm not giving up because I love myself too much to give up. And if I give up, it means that I don't love myself. So it's all about having this really good relationship with yourself. And that's really what it's all about at the end of the day. Like, you just want to have a good relationship with yourself. So many people beat themselves up. I know so many people that they literally torture themselves because they don't love themselves. Like, they torture themselves every day. It started raining now, so I'm still out here at the zoo looking at different animals. What is that? I love this sign. A true conservationist is a man who knows that the world is not given by his fathers, but borrowed from his children. Ooh, I love that. Meaning, we're gonna pass this world on to our children. That brings me to my next point. I really think that when you love yourself for real, you naturally love other people. Like, it's almost impossible for you to love yourself without loving other people. And it's also almost impossible for you to love other people without loving yourself. And one thing I've learned as well as of late is that when you really, really love yourself, you're also going to be very particular about the quality of food you eat. Because there's levels to loving yourself. There's levels to loving yourself like there's levels to everything else. And once you hit that, I think once you hit that highest level of loving yourself, you start being mindful of what you put inside of your body. Because if you're not really mindful of what you're putting in your body, that's an unconscious form of self-hate. When you just shove stuff in your body, you don't know where it comes from. It's got chemicals in it. And this is something that I just recently learned over the past 7 or 8 months. And I'm gonna tell you that I feel better than I've ever felt before. The thing you have to understand is that no one else can love you like you think you need to be loved until you love yourself like you want to be loved. Woo! Woo! That's a whopper chopper. I like the way I said that. Believe it or not, loving myself has helped me make so much money. I mean, when I didn't have anything, when I say anything, I didn't have anything, I mean, literally I had a quarter to my name, and I didn't know what I was gonna do to pull myself up. I just started loving on myself. I just started repeating on every single day I would repeat. I love myself and I deserve more. I love myself and I deserve more. And at first it felt weird saying that because I never said that before. But what I started to notice is that the more I said it, the more I started to feel it. The more I felt that statement, the more I believed it. And my life just gradually started to improve. I started to make more money. I started to become more focused on money. And before that point, I wasn't focused on money. If you broke, you don't love yourself. I'm gonna tell you that now. If you don't have money, it's because you don't love yourself. And you have convinced yourself that there's other reasons why you don't have money. No, bro, it's because you don't love yourself. It's not the government. It's not the economy. It's not because you're a woman or a man or because you're white or because you're Hispanic or because you're black. It's because you don't love yourself. When it comes to financial wealth. Okay, and this last one might be one of the biggest things. Well, all of them are big, but that's what she said. Loving yourself makes you more attractive, okay? When you love yourself, other people can feel that energy. They can feel the love coming from you, and it makes you more attractive. You give off a really powerful sexual energy that magnetizes other people to you. And this is what I know to be true for myself. I mean, look at me. On the surface, I'm just a black, bald guy, right? And when I started to love myself, first of all, before I loved myself, I never thought that I was that attractive, But once I started to love myself, I found that people found me attractive. Like, they would just say it. And I found that to be odd because I'm like, I didn't know, And I'm here to tell you that it's not just about attracting the opposite sex or sexual partner. You can also use that energy in business as well. I know for myself, when I started loving myself, the things that I took in business were only things that I felt like I deserved. And when you love yourself, like I said earlier, you're gonna feel like you deserve more. You're gonna feel like you deserve the best. And so I didn't settle for just anything in business or just any customer in business, I was very particular about the type of people that I wanted to do business with. And so it's just another way of saying that loving yourself makes you more attractive to the world. So love yourself deeply. And if you need help with that, feel free to reach out to me at mindmastersociety.com. I'm more than willing to help you love yourself more, to help you think bigger, to help you go for your version of success, because that's what it's really about, your version of success. And I have a mastermind community that does just that.